All right, I know what you're thinking, right? So what? So we have all of this, but where does this leave us? And I think that maybe you can have gained some clarity because the beautiful thing about understanding what's actually happening is that understanding itself creates a pathway back. Not always, right? Some relationships aren't really meant to be repaired, but I believe that when both parties, when both the feminine and the masculine are willing, then we have hope. Feminines, you may remember that I had some tea for you, so pull up a chair. Now is the time, all right? Here's what I want you to do. Trust your body's signals. If you've withdrawn, there is a good reason for it. Your nervous system, it's not lying to you. But I want you to also recognize that your body can't always distinguish between past wounds and present reality. Sometimes our protective responses are accurate, and sometimes they're echoes of the old past and old patterns. So, what I want you to do is give yourself permission to discern which is which, right? Is this from now or is this from before? And then I want you to communicate what's actually happening inside of you. No matter how ridiculous it may seem, communicate it. I know it's hard, especially when maybe you don't feel safe. But what happens is when you're quiet, silence breeds more distance. And you don't want that. You don't have to have it all figured out to say, you know what, love? I notice I'm pulling away and I'm just trying to understand why. That's vulnerable, yes, but it's also an invitation to say to your masculine, I want to repair with you. I have not given up. I still have faith in us. And this is what I want to share with you. Ask yourself, is this protection I need? Or is this pain that I'm holding on to and it needs a voice? Because sometimes withdrawal is just your body setting a healthy boundary. And then other times, it's accumulated resentment and it just hasn't been spoken. It needs a voice. If your partner, and again, I want you to listen closely, if your partner is genuinely trying to rebuild trust, then we want to give them grace for imperfection. The question really isn't, are they perfect now? It's, are they showing up? Are they making an effort? Are they trying? Is there movement? Do we have progress? And just remember, you're not responsible. Ladies, you're not responsible for fixing everything. You've probably carried more than your share already, than the emotional labor that was required. So now it's time to let your masculine step up. Create space for him to meet you there. Now, masculines. Here's your turn. Here is how you're going to bring your feminine in closer. I want you to understand that her withdrawal, it is not rejection, okay? It's self-protection. So when she pulls away from intimacy, it's not a judgment of your worth. It's her nervous system trying to keep her safe. And your job is not to take it personally, okay? It's to become someone that she can feel safe with again. And I'm going to tell you how you do that, okay? We need small, consistent actions because these matter more than the grand gestures, than the big flowers or big things that you would normally do for her. She just needs consistency. Because trust isn't rebuilt through apologies alone or big romantic moments. It's rebuilt through doing what you say that you'll do day after day. And following through on the small commitments, it means everything, okay? She wants you to show up predictably. She wants you to let your actions match your words. You need to learn to attune. And what this means is paying attention to her emotional cues and then you respond accurately. And really important, okay? When she says she's overwhelmed, Do not minimize it, okay? Ask her, love, what do you need, okay? And then when she's quiet, you don't assume that she's fine, okay? You don't just let that go. You want to check in with her gently. And very important for you to take ownership of the emotional labor, okay? Notice what she's been carrying and then step up and start carrying some of it yourself. You need to anticipate her needs. Feminines, we like our masculines to plan things, to think ahead. Remember the important details. Details are everything. Manage parts of your shared life without her needing to ask you. Don't make her withdrawal about you. It's not. When she's not interested in intimacy, then just resist the urge to feel rejected and withdraw yourself, because what that ends up doing is creating a cycle. Instead, you want to stay present, stay warm, keep showing up, but in non-sexual ways. Let her nervous system recalibrate in the safety of your consistency. And you want to be patient with her timeline. It's not on your time, it's on her time. This is how she's going to slowly start trusting again to feel safe. So you need to realize, right, that trust that took months or years to erode, it's not going to be rebuilt in a week. So stay consistent. Your frustration, it's understandable, but it's really just not her responsibility to perform desire before she feels safe. You want to give the process time, patience, persistence, perseverance, okay? Ask questions, and I want you to actually listen. Don't defend. Just ask her things like, what would help you feel safer with me? What do I do that makes you shut down? And then, this is crucial, do not defend. I know I said that before, but again, do not defend. Don't explain, just listen. Receive what she's telling you as information. It's not attack. Now, I want to speak to the both of you. This is how we unite, feminines and masculines. Unity comes from sameness. It comes from both people doing their work and extending compassion toward each other's humanity. So you need to see each other's pain without making it about yourself. Masculines, she's hurting because she doesn't feel safe. And feminines, he's hurting because he feels rejected and powerless. And both of these can be true at the same time. So you need to hold space for each other. Another thing you can do is practice repair rituals. When there's a rupture, and there will be, come back to each other quickly. Don't let things fester. A simple, I know we're off right now, can we talk? It goes a long way. And you want to assume good intent even when the impact hurts. So most of the time, neither of you is trying to wound the other. You're both doing the best that you can with the tools that you have. Start from that and always make the assumption that they have good intent. You can also create a shared language for what's happening. Talk about nervous system states. Talk about trust. Give names to the patterns so that you can very easily identify them together when they show up.